So the Gordon River cruise is a half-day cruise. You can choose to do a morning or afternoon cruise in the summer months. What we have here is a cruise that used to be a full-day cruise up the river, but these days what it is a harbour and a river cruise. And first off in the morning we head out into the Southern Ocean through Hell's Gates, which is a narrow 75-metre entrance into the harbour. Get a taste of the Southern Ocean. Hell's Gates was named by the convicts because they thought they were going to hell on earth at Sara Island. And so certainly it was the gates to hell for the convicts, knowing that there was no way out and only one way in, and they were never going to probably see freedom again for the rest of their lives. So it was quite a forbidding kind of place for them, and this was why they called the gates Hell's Gates. These days we like to call Hell's Gates also because it's a hell of a place to get in and out of. It can be very rough and hard to get in and out at times, even with our boat. Head back down the length of the harbour to the fish farms. The fish farms in Macquarie Harbour have been going since 1989 and are one of the most successful fish farms in Australia and also the world. We've got world-class salmon and trout here. That's fresh fish delivered all around Australia. We also have, when we enter the Gordon River, we cruise up the river for about an hour. Here in Tasmania, our Wilderness World Heritage Area covers about 1.38 million hectares of land, and we actually satisfy 7 out of a possible 10 criteria on a World Heritage listing. There are 4 natural and 3 cultural criteria we qualify for, and we're one of only 13 properties in the world that satisfy all 4 natural criteria, and one of only 26 places that have been listed to satisfy both natural and cultural criteria. So it is a very special place indeed. So. We cruise up the river for about an hour and stop off at Heritage Landing to do a walk through the ancient myrtle temperate rainforest, which is dated back to over 45 million years of age. Yep. And get a look at some 2,000-year-old human pine trees in the area that are found nowhere else on Earth. We cruise back downstream having lunch on board, and stop off after lunch to Sara Island for a guided tour of the convict ruins, which is Sara Island was the first penitentiary here in Australia. It was before Port Arthur and is one of the harshest penal settlements in the country. So they have a guided tour on the island and head back on board and return to Strahan.